Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Pauline Stolzner, and welcome to Week 2, Historical Perspectives on Healthcare Disparities. To understand present-day health disparities, we have to look back at the structures that created them. Racism, colonization, and systemic exclusion were built into early healthcare systems. Many of the inequities we see today are not accidental. They're the result of long histories of injustice. One of the most painful and well-known examples of this is the Tuskegee study. From 1932 to 1972, hundreds of black men were deceived and denied treatment in the name of research. Even after penicillin became the standard treatment, it was withheld to continue observing the disease. The legacy? Deep, justified mistrust of healthcare, especially in black communities. How might this history still affect patient-provider relationships today? Indigenous communities were subjected to forced relocation, boarding schools, and sterilization. The Indian Health Service, though important, has long been underfunded and hard to access. These injustices live on in disparities in life expectancy, chronic illness, and mental health. These aren't just distant stories. They're part of a system that continues to shape outcomes. This documentary explores how the war on drugs became a war on people, particularly black and low-income communities. Addiction, instead of being treated as a public health issue, was criminalized. The result? Generations of marginalized individuals funneled into prisons instead of treatment centers. How do you think the criminalization of health issues still shows up in today's system? Redlining denied loans and insurance to black neighborhoods, trapping families in under-resourced areas. These same communities are now often near highways, factories, or toxic waste, impacting health for generations. This is environmental racism, where policy decisions literally make communities sicker. So what happens when all of these factors compound over time? Health disparities don't come from a single cause. They come from generations of layered inequity. When someone lacks access to clean air, safe housing, or nutritious food, it shows up in their health. Nurses must understand that poor health is often a system failure, not a personal one. Have you ever cared for a patient who is dealing with the impact of multiple system barriers? Historical mistreatment has created a trust gap, especially in marginalized communities. This shows up in vaccine hesitancy, reluctance to seek care, and fear of discrimination. It's on us, not our patients, to rebuild that trust through humility, consistency, and advocacy. So what can we do, right now, to begin healing that harm? Start by knowing the history. Acknowledge it with your patients when appropriate. Advocate for better access and push your workplace to invest in inclusive, trauma-informed care. Most importantly, listen. Truly listen to the stories your patients carry. What's one way you can use your voice to push for equity in your current role? Think about this week's material and your own experience. Where have you witnessed a legacy of discrimination in healthcare? What stories have shaped your trust or mistrust of medical systems? And how will this knowledge shift your approach moving forward? Thank you for leaning into this difficult but vital content. History doesn't define us, but ignoring it limits us.